21. I never attempt to make money on the stock market. I buy on the assumption that they could close the market the next day and not reopen it for 5 years. 22. It is a terrible mistake for investors with long-term horizons, among them pension funds, college endowments, and savings-minded individuals, to measure their investment's risk by their portfolio's ratio of bonds to stocks. 23. Successful investing takes time, discipline, and patience. No matter how great the talent or effort, some things just take time. You can't produce a baby in 1 month by getting 9 women pregnant. 24. Calling someone who trades actively in the market an investor is like calling someone who repeatedly engages in one-night stands a romantic. Point 2. 5. The stock market is designed to transfer money from the active to the patient. If both of these quotes hold, and impatience can kill your money. Buffett says, "True, why not wait? You've got nothing to lose, and that's our goal, right?" 26. If you aren't thinking about owning a stock for 10 years, don't even think about owning it for 10 minutes. Not generating short-term profits. If Warren Buffett had to choose how long to own a company for, this quote sums it up. Warren Buffett, 27. Our favorite holding period is forever. Another great Buffett quote in this vein is 28. An investor should act as though he had a lifetime decision card with just 20 punches on it. This quote is basically saying you should never buy businesses with the intention of selling them. If you could only buy 10 or 20 stocks in your entire life, you'd probably be a lot more careful with your investments. You'd spend more time. 29. Do not take yearly results too seriously. Instead, focus on 4 or 5 year averages. Yearly averages will not give you much insight into the success of an investment. Instead, comparing data across a number of years will provide you with a much bigger picture that you can use to make necessary adjustments and continue moving forward. 30 Stock Market Quotes by Successful Investors. Just as time is your friend, it is also the friend of any great company. Because with time, any wonderful company begins to age like fine wine. 31. Why not invest your assets in the companies you really like? As Mae West said, too much of a good thing can be wonderful. 32. The business schools reward difficult, complex behavior more than simple behavior, but simple behavior is more effective. 33. There seems to be some perverse human characteristic that likes to make easy things difficult. 34. The most important quality for an investor is temperament, not intellect. You need a temperament that neither derives great pleasure from being with the crowd or against the crowd. 35. Success in investing doesn't correlate with IQ. What you need is the temperament to control the urges that get other people into trouble in investing. 36. The stock market is a no-called strike game. You don't have to swing at everything. You can wait for your pitch. 37. You don't need to be a rocket scientist. Investing is not a game where the guy with the 160 IQ beats the guy with 130 IQ. 38. What counts for most people in investing versus saving is not how much they know, but rather how realistically they define what they don't know. 39. There is nothing wrong with a know-nothing investor who realizes it. The problem is when you are a know-nothing investor, but you think you know something. 40. Forecasts may tell you a great deal about the forecaster, they tell you nothing about the future. 41. Buy a stock the way you would buy a house. Understand and like it such that you'd be content to own it in the absence of any market. 42. It's better to have a partial interest in the Hope Diamond than to own all of a rhinestone. 43. You only have to be able to evaluate companies within your circle of competence. The size of that circle is not very important. Knowing its boundaries, however, is vital. 44. Diversification is protection against ignorance. It makes little sense if you know what you are doing. 45. Why diversification is only required when investors do not understand what they are doing. 46. Opportunities come infrequently. When it rains gold, put out the bucket, not the thimble. 47. We always live in an uncertain world. What is certain is that the United States will go forward over time. 48. For 240 years, it's been a terrible mistake to bet against America, and now is no time to start. 49. American business, and consequently a basket of stocks, is virtually certain to be worth far more in the years ahead. 50. I won't say if my candidate doesn't win, and probably half the time they haven't. I'm going to take my ball.